So I wanted to take a look. Akuma Rev had a comment here. Said, I'd like to see iiRcade. Look, see, Jason, I said it wrong.
Oh,
I would like to see.
You done messed up.
I done messed up.
That's it. You got to watch the public service announcement
Start
again.
over. Okay, I would like to see iiRcade try for a subscription service to access all games per month. I think that would be a nice option for an annual price. Not sure the cost, but it may help us save on online costs. I have a huge opinion on this, but I want to know what you guys think about that.
I would pay, to be honest with you, to get access to all them games, depending on the price. I mean, all right, annually, what if it was like $75?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
$75. Yeah.
If it was like something like that, I'd probably get it too, just because they got a lot of good stuff. I mean,
what about guys like Gene the Fourth, who's already bought every single game? How do you think he would feel about that? He spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars on this game.
He'd be pretty salty. That's what it is. And it's not his fault. They wasn't doing it back then. If they changed the game up, it is what it is.
So that's the model that At Games uses
The
with the arcade net, right? And I've been critical of that, but I don't know. I don't think I want that. I don't think I want a subscription service. I'm the kind of guy that, like, I want to own the CDs. I want to own the Blu-rays. I want to own the games, the cartridges and stuff. I don't want subscription services. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old school, but I like to own them myself.
I kind of like the a la carte system they have. You buy just what you want, you know? Like, that's the problem. Like, when you have something like, Coin Ops X on another system, you've got 5,000 games, but you've got to look through 5,000 games and decide which one of those 5,000 you want to play.
Right.
The iiRcade is streamlined and all the games are optimized. So I like it. You pick just the games that you like. So in some ways it's better in that way. What do you guys think?
I absolutely agree with you. I mean, if you don't have any kind of multicade with 1,000 games on it in your collection, then that's probably the route you're going to want to go for your first one. I mean, most of us probably went that route. But after you've had that and you've messed around with it, I 100% agree with Papa Brad there, because I do this streaming from an arcade one-up cabinet, to be honest with you guys. I'll show it to you guys someday in a future video. But yeah, I'm actually sitting at an arcade one-up cabinet that I've modded. And this thing has thousands of games on it, and I love it. I would never get rid of it. But is it my most played cabinet? No, it is not. I actually think 150, 200 tops is probably about the magic number you really want.
Or you want to at least be intimate, know those games, right? Like, you select them. There are some people that I would bet have an iiRcade that only like certain genres of games, right? Maybe they're just like, I don't like these. All I like is beat 'em ups, or all I like is shmups. And if they have to get a subscription service, they're going to have hundreds of other games to sift through, and they just want just what they want, So I don't know. I like how they have it set up. I think if you want to do a subscription service, get an At Games. But I think if you want to do an a la carte purchase, cultivate the exact thing.
Yeah, and it's like you really build what you want, You want shmups, you buy all the shmups. You want beat 'em up games, you buy beat 'em up games. You kind of pick what you want. And I think that's a strength. You want modern games, you buy modern games. It's kind of allows you to, kind of make your own, it's not cluttered up. That's what I like about it.
They make it so they keep it alive. You know what I'm saying? The iiRcade. See, I did it right there. The iiRcade.
We're all working on it.
Because they'll keep on releasing games. So that's why I like it. You know what I mean? They might not have a whole bunch at one time, but it's going to get there. And I'll be patient.
Yeah. Now, I can see them doing a subscription service that would include online, or if they have certain games, right? So let's say they come out with some big titles, right? And online service. And so they have something where it's like, to get access to these online games and the online service, there's a subscription. I can see them doing something like that, but I can't see them saying this existing 300 games we have here. You can subscribe to do that because because then why would anyone have bought all these games if they knew that was coming, right? So,
how do
It's not their
developers
fault.
make money off their games too?
yeah. So I don't think I don't see them doing that. I don't see them saying all the games $775 a year every game, but I do see them potentially looking at additional services beyond that, or maybe specific games or whatever that are something that jukebox mode update, upgraded jukebox mode,
They can do a little
online.
bit of both ways. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like having Nintendo Switches, you get a whole bunch of games, all older games. You know what I mean? Sega Genesis, whatever. Just
Right.
like that, and then you can still buy games if you want.
Right. So let's say they have the ColecoVision, right? They have like a whole bunch of Coleco. What if they said, hey, we just got 50 Atari 2600 games. When you get the subscription service, which includes online play, you also will get access. That's the only way to get access to those Atari 2600 library. Something like that. So that there's some multiple incentives, but it doesn't take anything away from the people who have already spent, in some cases, hundreds of dollars on other games. So that being said, I personally don't want any subscription service. I just want it all to be free. But
I will say this though, to look at the flip side of the coin. I mean, if we're honest, I mean, obviously I love physical items as well. I mean, I'm old school like that. But when we look into the future, I mean, it does seem like streaming and things of that nature is the way of things. And so it's not incorrect for any company to start looking in that direction. That's probably the smarter choice.
Ranger 40 Source says the Switch got greedy with their online though, and it is backfiring. So
I like this comment. This is a really good one. I spend more time scrolling for titles on my modded system than I do playing. And that is what I was
Ain't
talking
nothing wrong
about.
with that.
Exactly.
yeah, that's true. A lot of times when you have these like multi-cades that have thousands
I have
of
everything,
games,
but then I have to pick. It's like
I like swimming through it like Scrooge McDuck and a whole bunch of coins. You know what I'm saying? I like the option. It feels
it
good.
is good.
We might need to see that for the next episode. A picture of Jason Voorhees swimming through
Swimming
McDuck's
through a
money.
whole bunch of games.
Definitely too. And the thing is that iiRcade, it complements your arcade. If you have a multi-cade with thousands of games, an iiRcade's just going to complement that. If you have arcade machines that are set to be a single game or a small group of games, I mean it kind of all goes together.
yeah.
Well,
It does.
and when it comes to the iiRcade specifically, like optimization. Now this is something that I've talked with you guys about behind the scenes quite a bit. But like I was saying, the cabinet that I'm sitting here streaming out of, that's got a PC hooked up to it, that has thousands of games on it. MAME, for example. I love that emulator. Who doesn't love that emulator? But the problem with it is that you can't save every single settings to MAME how you want it. So,
and it's not friendly too. Like if I have someone in my arcade, I mean, it's just not real friendly for the user.
like for example, like we all have our scanline options that we like. So on MAME, it gives you the default scanline option, and you can go in and change it and make it look as beautiful as you want it to look, which is great. But it doesn't save that setting, which is super frustrating. So every game I load up, I got to go into it and fiddle with it, or I have to deal with the stock settings that I don't like. So that's one of the things, whether you're talking about iiRcade or Arcade 1-Up or whatever, the fact that the optimization that these companies have put into the products is important. And that's coming from somebody that is a modder. So
We need that music in the background again, the patriotic music and the. Well, no, all great points, and thank you, Akuma Rev, for bringing up that topic. I think you struck a chord with a lot of us here. We all had something to say about that.